Alright, so this video is about factoring trinomials using Tic Tac Toe. Or you might call it the factoring game, only because kids remember when they take a test, if they ask them to factor, they might be using this method. But anyway, so factoring using Tic Tac Toe basically works like this. You come up with a little Tic Tac Toe board, and you start off with the A value here and the C value there, and this is A times C. These two numbers will add up to be the B value. So A in this problem is 3p to the second. The C value is -5. And the product of A times C is -15p to the second. So the B value is -2p. So you're basically looking for what multiplies together to be -15p to the second. It could also add up to be a -2p. So you got to think of all the factors of -15. So you may say, well, 5 and 3 could multiply together to be a 15, and you can add or subtract them to be a -2. Or to make that a -2, the 5 has to be a -1. So when teaching kids to do it, this column comes first. The next thing you're doing is you're going to fill out these two numbers. So you have a 3p squared, so you got to multiply up to be 3p squared. So if I see that I have a 3 here, I probably want to line it up with that one. So I'm going to put a 3p here. I'm going to put a 1p there. Because 3p times 1p gives you 3p squared. From there, you multiply upwards and you multiply across. So you're asking yourself, 1p times what will give you a -5p. So that's -5. And 3p times what will give you a 3p, which is 1. So if you actually multiply this together, it gives you 1 times -5 is -5. So all the columns multiply upwards correctly. All the columns multiply across correctly. Because 3p times 1 gives you 3p. So your factors are the diagonals. The diagonals you add up. So these two are your factors. So one of them is 3p, take away 5. And the other one is 1p plus 1. So my factors, I'll put in my boxes, is that. So that's how you factor it. In the second one, it says 2p squared plus 3p subtract 9. Again, here's the Tic Tac Toe board. And the first number is A. The next number is C. The next number is A times C. And here, it gives you B. So the first number should be 2p to the second. The next number is -9. And you multiply that together to be a -18p to the second. So you're looking for numbers to multiply together to be that, and have to add up to be B, which is 3p. B values here. So if that's true, you have to figure out, well, the first column you do is this last column. You got to figure out what multiplies together to be 18p to the second, and also adds to be 3p. So 18p to the second and 3p, pretty sure 6p and 3p will work. Or to add to be a positive 3, this needs to be a negative. And that multiplies up to be a -18, so that's true. So then I got a 2p, I have to multiply up to b, so I have to figure out what gives me 2p to the second. Well, that's 2 and 1. So I wouldn't put my 2 here, because I got to eventually multiply it across to be this 3, and 2 times no whole number is going to give you the 3. So I'm going to put 2p in this box, and 1p in this box. So you ask yourself, 2p times what gives you 6p? Well, that's 3. And then 1p times what will give you a -3p? Well, that's -3. So if you check it through, everything multiplies upwards correctly, everything multiplies across correctly. So your factors are here and here. So it's going to be 2p, take away 3, and 1p plus 3. So those are the factors to that trinomial. If you check it, if you pour those together, it should give you back the trinomial we began with. Let's do another one. Number 3, it says this. So when I factor with my Tic Tac Toe board, the first number is 3n squared. The last number is 4. And this product is 12n to the second. Again, this is A, C, A times C. Here multiplies together to add up to be B, and this is negative 8n. So you ask yourself, the first column is here, so what times what gives you 12n to the second? And that is, and also add up to be 8. So 6 and 2 can give you a negative 12, can give you 12, and it can add to be 8. So we use 6n and 2n. In order for them to add to be a negative 8, they both have to be negative. So that gives you a negative 8 when you add them, and also gives you a positive 12n to the second when you multiply them. So then you decide, well, what times what gives you 3n to the second? Well, I'm going to put my 3n in this line and 1n in that line. So that when I multiply across, I have something that I can match a 3 with. 3n times negative 2 will give you negative 6n. Then you ask 1n times what gives you negative 2n? Well, negative 2. So here are your factors. Your factors are 3n take away 2 and 1n take away 2. Try another. In this last one, same method. All right, there's no GCF there to factor out, so we're just going to start off by the first term is 5p to the second. The next term is 12. When you multiply across, you should get 60p to the second. And have to add up to be 19n. So you think about, well, what can multiply to be 60 and add to be 19? So 5 and 12 gives you 60, but 17. And then you might think, well, 3 and 20, 1 and 60, 4 and 15. So 4p and 15p can give you 60p squared and add to be 19p. So from there, I'm going to put my 5p on the bottom and my 1p on top. That way it lines up with the 15p. So 1p times 4 gives you 4p. 5p times 3 gives you 15p. So your factors are 5p plus 4 and 1p plus 3. So my factors are 1p plus 3 and 5p plus 4. And that's how you factor it. Again, that's 5p plus 4 there on the end. If you want to get some more practice, try these two. So pause the video, try these two now. And while you're doing that, I'm going to write what the answers are. So go and pause the video now. So these are the factors. 2v plus 1 and 1v plus 5. And number 2 gives you 2x plus 1 and x plus 2. That's all I have. Good luck.